Have you ever noticed that different people behave differently when they deal with people? I mean that in general, you see no one behaving as you expect or similar to other person. There might be very few identical features in one's behavior compared to the other one. But altogether, every individual has got their own unique way of behavior. Why do you think this happens this way? Or why do you think everyone is different? So to answer this question, we need to understand something known as ego state. What is ego state? The word ego represents all your personal thoughts about your own self. So the feeling of self-importance or self-esteem. These features that someone has or someone exposes towards their outer environment is known as ego state. As I just gave you the example of interaction between two people, that one behaves differently from the other is also dependent on the different type of ego state one has. We've got 7 different types of ego states. 6 of them are negative and only 1 is positive. But that one positive will cover all those 6 negative ones. So let's know them. First, we're going to get started with the 6 negative ones. Number 1 is selfish. People who have got this ego state are reckless and demanding. This means that selfish people or people with selfish ego state are often reckless. They're more careless about others and they're demanding. They demand more and more for their own selves. And they are reckless and careless about others, which is negative. And I believe that we have this ego state. The second one is pleaser. People with this ego state obey the rules but do not believe in rules. They love more to look like a good person rather than to be a good person. So I believe that we can see ourselves having this ego state as well. The third one is rebellious ego state. In this state, people tend to be more oppositional. So they reject cooperating with others. They tend to do what they want and be what they want rather than how to be engaged with people or be with people. So this is also negative. We believe that there are some people who possess this ego state and we find them negative. The fourth one, manipulator ego state. People who have got this ego state are playing psychological games. They manipulate others. So they serve themselves at the expense of others. They work with people in order to teach them for the purpose of benefiting their own selves. This is also very, unpleasant and negative. The fifth one is critical ego state. In critical ego state, people tend to be more controlling. They like to control others. And they are more judgmental as well. So when you control others, based on your judgment, you control them. You always try to be in a position to command and be, the one who is giving orders. And the last one is enabling. In this ego state, people tend to be more controlling others suffering from a situation. Like you don't tend to see people in a bad situation. In this state, people try to avoid seeing others in trouble so that they can feel comfortable, which is negative. So all these 6 ones are negative, and we can't welcome them at any time, because if we see them in a great deal, so we find them disturbing. There's only one ego state that can fill the gaps of all these 6 ones, and that is wise executor ego state. Wise executor ego state is based mainly upon your wisdom. So you do nothing but wisely. You control people wisely, you talk to them wisely, you interact with people using your wisdom, you welcome people in a wise manner. Even if you criticize people for their mistakes, if you want to manipulate them, if you want to please them, if you want to control them, so they're all in a very wise manner that is not disturbing and negative, but rather people find it more welcoming and positive. We all have these 6 negative and that one positive ego states. So we have to create the balance between those 6 and 1. So if we tend to be excessive while possessing those 6 negative ones or only this one positive, we can maintain the balance. Try to bring that one positive and put it on the top of those negative. So once you have that one positive, these 6 negatives will be very less important and very less effective, and people cannot consider them more, since that one positive is at the very up level, and the choice is ours whether to choose that one more or emphasize more on having those 6 ones. We have to control them, and we have to expose that one more to the outer world, to be welcomed and to be thought positive. That is all. Thanks for listening and watching.